We're now joined by Sandy Mitchell, who is the founder and executive director of Project Help. Sandy, great to have you with us.
Thanks, Steve. Great to be here.
Tell everyone what Project Help is and why it matters now more than ever.
Yeah, well, Project Help is, we're a 501c3 charity that provides vital services for veterans and their families. Things like financial support. We provide guidance, helping them through their VA problems, career paths, training for that, just kind of everything that life throws at us. And it's important, especially for veterans that are suffering with PTSD and other problems that they have to cope with. It's really hard for them. You know, you and I can maybe adjust and figure out what to do next, but sometimes the issues, the mental states are so disoriented that they sometimes can't put one foot in front of the other, and it's really hard for them. So when we were able to help with guidance, especially, I mean, financial things, that's easy, but the guidance to help them through the traumas that they've lived through and the ones that they're facing now, that's incredibly important work. It's so important, and I love it. I just love helping the vets.
You know, Sandy, you talk about personal experience, personal trauma. You understand this, unfortunately, better than most. Share yours, if you will.
Sure. Years ago, back in the Stone Age, I was married to a Vietnam veteran, and he was a career guy. And after Vietnam, he decided to quit. And when he came back, he was very violent. He was alcoholic. And he decided that driving a truck over the road was a good career for him, which was really a very big mistake. But anyway, he did that for a little while. And then one day he called me. He had taken off to go to Florida with a girl that he met. Anyway, he called me and he said, "Hey, I want to see the kids. Can I see them?" I was sure. So that weekend he stayed with us. And then the next weekend I got a phone call from some folks that used to be my relative in-laws. And they said, "David's dead." And I said, "What do you mean he's dead?" And I thought, oh my God, he got into a car crash or something. No, I found out after a little while that he had committed suicide. And the irony of it is that he told me for years that he would never see 40 and he was going to hang himself. And I lived with that for a long time. In a way I believed him, but in another way I said, people don't do that. And so I just said, "Oh, this can't be, this can't be." And when I found out from the guys up in New York State where he was going up to theoretically go to work, I called them and they knew me and they said, "Oh, we're so sorry. We didn't know. If we had known when he called, we would have gone over." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, we found him hanging in his hotel room." I said, "My God." So that's how I found out. So it was pretty devastating. And it was tragedy all the way around for my kids, for me, for the world. He was a gifted and talented man. He had genius IQ, but he just couldn't get through the PTSD. And it ate him up.
But Sandy, as I'm listening to you, and I'm sure everyone else is listening right now, vast majority of us can't understand or appreciate what you're saying. We can empathize as best we can, but then you choose to do this for other veterans because?
Well, because I care about them. I don't really want to see other families and other veterans struggle and suffer the way I did. And I mean, my life wasn't terrible. I'm not going to be a martyr about it, but it was a devastating blow. I mean, I really didn't even have an occupation. I had 3 kids to support. So it was a mad dash for some real quick learning. And, you know, it was hard, but it was in another way, it pushed me to a point in my life that I never would have gotten to. So now when I look back at it, I say, well, I need to help those veterans that are in that situation now and help those families not to have to go through what I went through.
Sandy, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Like every nonprofit, ours as well, we have to raise funds. Where do your dollars come from? And by the way, people can go on your website if they want to be helpful. Go ahead.
Well, we've been going after some corporate grants, which we've been pretty successful with some of the big companies. The unions have been really good to us. The utility companies have been really good to us.
And I think the IBEW Local 102, our friends there, told us about you. I know they care deeply as well.
They are wonderful. They are so wonderful to us. They really pushed us over the top 2 years ago with a huge donation.
Yeah, Bernie and Pat and that team are good people.
Good people. And I love those guys. And last year they saved our butts when we did our Christmas toy drive. And, but with COVID, we couldn't find any toys. Everybody was afraid to come out. They bailed us out. They stuffed our bus. And our bus is a 38-foot school bus that we had converted. And it was filled from top to bottom, front to back with toys that they donated. It was amazing.
You would not be able to do this without people who make a difference and care and want to be there. But before I let you go, biggest misconception about veterans is?
I think that people think that they're in control of themselves because they've been in the military. But truth be, no, it's true. People think, well, they're very disciplined and they're very, well, the truth is they are very disciplined and regimented as long as they have somebody telling them what to do and yelling orders at them. But take that away and all of a sudden they become children again. They don't know how to cope with the world. And I think people don't realize that. And they think that because they fall upon hard times that they must be, kind of lazy or people that just don't care, and they just have no idea what these vets go through.
Hey, Sandy, I want to thank you for not just joining us, but sharing a very powerful message about Project Help. And Project Help, we have the website up. Hopefully you check it out. You find a way to make a difference yourself. And Sandy, to you and everyone in the organization, we wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you very much. And thanks for having me on.
You got it. I'm Steve Adubato. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the Turrell Fund, supporting Reimagine Childcare. PNC, Grow Up Great. IBEW Local 102, Summit Health. NJM Insurance Group, Rowan University. The New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Delta Dental of New Jersey. And by the Adler Aphasia Center. Promotional support provided by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and by Insider NJ.
I'm Tim Sullivan, CEO of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Since joining the NJEDA, I've been struck by the incredible assets and resources that New Jersey has to offer. The NJEDA is working every day to grow New Jersey's economy in a way that maximizes the values of those assets to benefit every single New Jersey resident. This includes more support for small businesses and a focus on reclaiming New Jersey's position as a leader in the innovation economy. Visit njeda.com to learn more about how NJEDA is building a stronger and fairer New Jersey economy.